Hey guys, Omega-Xis here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Wave Scanner Deluxe Edition from Mega Man Star Force. This is a second digital game that runs a card scanning feature, and this is a special edition version of it that includes a bonus that you wouldn't get with the other three versions of the Wave Scanner. Of course, being the Leo, Pegasus, and Dragon versions to go with the three versions of the first game. So, the contents that you would get with the regular Wave Scanner are the Wave Scanner itself, a set of earbuds, or earphones, and 4 Wave Battle cards. And what you get as a bonus with this set is the visualizer. So, looking at the Wave Scanner itself, it's a simple rectangular device that, being a solution set like the Wave Scanner Deluxe Edition, it comes in Mega Man colors. So it has a nice regular blue, nice vibrant blue to it, with a little bit of sparkling in the plastic. You have the dial here in the center, which has the Mega Man symbol, have the screen, and you have a nice background sticker with Mega Man and Geo Stellar, as well as the OK and cancel buttons. This device can also connect to Nintendo DS or DS Lite using this part down here, which can slide to 2 different settings to adjust to how the depth of the GBA slot varies between the regular DS and the DS Lite. And you also use this cable down here to connect as well. The earphones are a simple set of black earphones with a bit of silver on the side. So if you want, you could also use these as earbuds for your MP3 player. Although in this case they're actually integral to the play use of this on its own. And you've also got the 4 Wave Battle cards, and since this is from the Japanese Shooting Star Rockman toy line, these are all in Japanese. So the cards included are 2 Mega Class cards and 2 Standard Class cards. The 2 Megas are Cancer Bubble and Crown Thunder SP, and the 2 Standards are Air Spread and Freeze Knuckle. So taking a look at them, you can see that they have the picture of the battle card that it matches up with the picture from the game. You also got the attack power and the critical power, which is basically the double of the regular attack if you get a critical hit, as well as showing you what area of the screen it'll hit, as well as its element if it has one. And on the back of all of them, they are designed to look like the battle cards from the anime series. You got the series logo here, Wave Battle card, and then Wave Battle card written in Japanese. And last but not least, you have the visualizer. This is a special set of glasses that the main character Geo Stellar wears that allows him to see EM waves and the wave road. So they're a simple set of kind of bluish green lenses attached to silver frames or pearly white frames. Taking a look, you can see molded lines that match up with the design of the visualizer from the anime and the games, though the actual lines are supposed to be painted in yellow. But that detail was left out, and actually trying them on, it seems like that was probably done so that your vision wouldn't kind of be obscured by yellow lines in front of your eyes. You also have the stalks on the side, and each one has this star symbol here, as well as these 2 sections here, which are for helping them stay on, as these can kind of clip onto your ears and hold the glasses in place. Though these aren't accurate to the actual visualizers. So if you want, you can take them, slide them forward, and then remove them like so. And just because I like having them look more accurate, I just prefer to leave them off. Now, as far as wearing these, they will fit on an adult face, at least if they'll fit more than just kids' faces, though I feel that the stalks are not quite long enough, and it's a shame that they're not adjustable. And yet at the same time, because the frames are small, the lenses are shrunken down, it looks a bit silly for an older person to wear them, as they definitely are smaller than they should be. But that's because these were designed for kids after all. So, getting to the toy's functionality, first thing you want to do is plug in the earphones, because an interesting thing about this is that this is actually similar to your standard MP3 player. Basically, what is going on with this is that there is no speaker anywhere on the toy, and the only way to get sounds out of it is to have the earphones plugged in. So by pressing either of the two buttons, you can get to the main menu. So you're like with the wave translator, it shows a picture of Omega-Xis, though in this case it's obscured by a couple of showing star symbols. And I'll explain why they're there. I just don't exactly know what they're for. So holding them up, you can get to the menu one of three ways. You can press either of the buttons, or you can rotate the dial. So just to show you what I mean, with these not plugged in, you don't hear any sounds, but you actually hear sounds coming from the earphones when you have them plugged in. So you have different modes: battle mode, the two mini games Virus Buster and Sound Memory, versus battle mode, connection mode, status mode, option mode, and card reader mode. So starting with battle mode, so it starts with the transformation into Mega Man. Like so, and then it takes you to whatever area you're on. Now here's another part of where these become integral. Unlike with the wave translator, to get to a virus battle, you have to go into an area where you search for the virus. And the thing about that is that this is based on sound. So basically you have to have both of them plugged in, and then, well, basically how it works is that the sound, where you hear the sound from, will determine which way to go to find the virus. So if you hear a sound from both of the earphones, then you go straight ahead. If you hear it from the left, you turn left. And if you hear it from the right, you turn right. I'm just going to put them on for a little bit to kind of find a virus battle. Though with the earphones also comes the problem with earphones, which is that they can get tangled fairly easily. And you also want to pay attention to the L and R marks, because that does, show which earphone goes into which ear. So I'm hearing it from the right, so we'll turn right and go straight. Hearing from the left, so turn left. And so found a virus bell. So there's a little bell when the music starts, a little music when the bell starts. And so here you can take a look at what virus you're going to fight. So it shows you the picture, how much area they take, what level it is, and its name, this one being a monosword. So the way this works is that you press the OK button to fire buster shots, and you have to follow it by turning the dial. And this is another part where the earbuds come in handy, because you'll hear sound from whichever direction it went in. And if you get good enough, and if you get enough experience, you will level up. It also shows you the time it took you to defeat the virus and how much experience you got, as well as your current level. So found another virus. So here's another one, and the thing is, another thing you can do during the bells is, on the side you'll see this gauge here with S, M, and G. That's your custom gauge for using the wave bell cards. Once it gets to a certain point, you're supposed to be able to scan the bell cards in and then use them in battle. Now here's the problem. I just scanned a card and nothing happened. I'll scan again. Nothing happens. I'll do it fast. Although, in that case, I just won the battle without really having to use the card. But the thing is that, even though the main feature of this is the card scanning, no matter how many times I try to use any of the cards, they don't work. And the only times that I get a reaction out of the card scanner is when it's a scanning error. So the thing is, I don't know whether the card scanner just doesn't work, or if I got unlucky and the card scanner in this one is busted. Especially since I haven't really seen other reviews on this, and I haven't seen many people talk about this. So next is the first minigame, Virus Buster. So for this, you can select level 1, 2, or 3. And so you'll hear a sound from whichever earbud they're going to come, whichever direction they're going to come from, either in the left or right earbud. And so you just have to time your presses of the OK button to hit them, and you can also move left and right if you want. Actually, no, it doesn't seem like it. Wait, yeah, you can. And so you can get experience from that. As because the battle cards are supposed to all come from the wave battle cards, you don't buy any battle cards within the game like with the wave transer. And this one, I found that when you beat all 3 levels of this minigame, you get one of the shooting star icons on the main menu. So that's how I got the first one. And the second one is from Sound Memory. This one also integrally uses the earphones, in that basically you'll hear sounds from either earphone, and then you have to repeat rotating it in whichever direction to match the pattern. And that's another case where it's easier to show it when actually having them in your ears, because it's kind of hard to tell which is coming from which. Well, what sounds is coming from which, unless I kind of have them spread out. Although not really, just to kind of show you what a successful game looks like, I'll put them back in my ears and show it again. So what I heard was left, right, right, left. Like so. And you get that if you get a perfect score. And again, like with the last minigame, if you beat all three of these, you get a shooting star icon on the main menu. Thing is, I don't know how. Thing is, I've looked through the instructions and I haven't read anything about those marks, so I don't know how to get the third one, because it definitely seems like there's supposed to be a third one. Next is versus battle mode, which is basically just for connecting up two of these and doing a battle. And that's just if you have a couple of these. Next is connection mode. So with this, you can connect to another wave scanner or connect to a transer. So for the wave scanner, that is for sending. The connection thing is for sending or receiving level data. So if you wanted to, you'd copy the level data of this onto another wave scanner, or copy that wave scanner's data onto here. And do the same thing with a wave transer. And I've actually already done that. So you can look at status mode. You see I'm level 19, and that's because I copied the data from my wave transer over to the wave scanner and got one level up. Because what level you are, your HP, the attack power of your buster shots, and how much experience you have, as well as how much area you take up, and the star force. So, like with the Wave Transer Deluxe Edition, this is a recolored version of the Pegasus version. So, by default, you get Ice Pegasus as your Star Force, which is supposed to be able to be used in the same manner as with the Wave Transer if you use a Wave Battle card to attack and counter an enemy. But I can't really show that off because I just can't seem to get the cards to work. There's option modes. You can change your name. There's the contrast. And the first option here lets you change the volume. And as high as it'll go. And the final one is card reader mode. which is where you can send data from the cards into one of the 3 Mega Man Star Force games. At least one of the, well, specifically one of the first 1-3 versions of the first game. Unfortunately, this only works for the Japanese versions, as any functionality with this was removed from the English versions of Mega Man Star Force. But there is a basic card reader we can use to kind of scan in a card. As you see, I got an error here by sliding it down and sliding it back up. No matter how many times I try to scan it, and as you can see, I am scanning it in the right direction. Scanning in both directions, actually. Neither one works. The way the scanner works is that there's a little button here, and when you slide the card, that turns on the scanner, and so you scan it all the way through, and then it's supposed to release the button and then finish scanning. It just doesn't work. You also have sending the card data. Well, actually, basically the way it works is that you have to use the card reader and then scan a card, and then you can send it in. But again, like, I've only occasionally, like, very rarely has it seemed to actually work. And it's not just one card. None of the cards seem to actually get scanned. And though I can't exactly show how it works because I don't have one of the 3 versions of the first Shooting Star Rockman game, I can at least show how this connects with the Nintendo DS, or in my case the DS Lite. So you just remove the insert for a GBA slot, then slide this out like so, and then take out this and pull out this cable. Plug this part into the headphone jack as well as this section next to it. And this is how all the data gets sent. And then you plug this in like so. And so the way this is supposed to work is that when you're in a virus battle, what you can do is take one of these while you're on the custom screen menu. You can take one of these cards, just be able to scan through, and then that card will appear in your menu and allow you to use that. In this case, of course, it isn't limited by any kind of gauge because it's supposed to happen automatically. But because this only works with the Japanese version of the game, and because it's likely that, you know, most people, well, this isn't exactly relevant anymore because most people who have bought the game have probably already beat it, and I don't really think many people are buying used copies of this game anymore. And even then, like I said, this only works with the Japanese version of the game. And because it's a text-heavy RPG, it's very doubtful that many American gamers would even think of buying the Japanese version just so they could use this thing that, at least in my case, I don't know if other cases, you know, just might not even properly work. And so when you're done with it, you just unplug it like so. And then you just slide that back in. And slide this back on. And just to show kind of how I mean, having it slot slid out to the DS setting, and see I can still stick it in to the Game Boy Advance game slot of my DS Lite, but it kind of sticks out, and so that's why there are the two different settings. And so that's basically it for the Wave Scanner. And I mainly got this for the visualizer, and kind of in the hopes that at least I'd be able to properly use this. And like I said, because I don't know about too many other people who haven't really seen other reviews of the Wave Scanner, I really don't have any kind of good basis, and I'm just not really sure whether, I just got unlucky and for mine the card scanner just doesn't work, or if it's really thinking and really doesn't work on any of them. And I'm kind of guessing that's the latter, but personally I don't want to buy another one just in the hopes that the card scanner gonna go work. Simply because the card scanner is really better used if you have a Japanese version of the first game. That's because it's completely possible to play through the entire thing just using the basic buster shots. So you don't even need to really use these, even though they'd probably come in handy against the bosses. That being said, it's got a nice design, and at the very least what I can say is that it's unique for, at least, despite how it doesn't have a speaker, it at least takes advantage of the headphone jacks and takes advantage of the stereo and using the different audio channels for left and right to play the different games, both the main game and the mini games. So at the very least there's that, but for the most part, yeah, in my case, this one just doesn't work out too well, and yeah, I'd probably have better things to say about it if I found that the card scanner on mine actually worked. But even then, I would say that this is inferior to the Wave Transer. And for the most part, I got this for the sake of the visualizer, and even then, it's not quite worth it because these are really small and they only kind of fit, and even putting them on, they look kind of silly. So yeah, I don't really think I can recommend this. Even to the big to big fans of the Star Force series. The visualizers doesn't exactly make it worth it, and the toy itself is okay, but just not as good as the Wave Transer. So I would say if you want to get one of the two LCD games for Mega Man Star Force, at least for the first game, then just get a Wave Transer. With that one, it has the battle cards built in, so you don't have to worry about any kind of finicky scanner. And you can just use all the features no matter what, because even if, like you saw in my review, you might have voice cards that don't quite work, you can still access all of the features from the main menu just by using the touchscreen there. So yeah, I wouldn't say that in my case it was a waste of money. I was kind of interested and tried it out. Just wasn't quite up to what I expected and isn't quite worth it. So yeah, though it's a kind of okay toy, I'd just say just kind of skip this. If you want to get a visualizer, then just look for some kind of a proper replica, or just make your own. Because, no, this definitely doesn't make the whole rest of it worth it. And, you know, I just wouldn't take a chance on it, just in case you wind up like me, and get one where the card scanner doesn't even work. Not necessarily a bad toy, but one I would definitely say pass on. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.